Hello and welcome to another episode of Malt, Hops and Fiction. Today's episode is the first in a new series called The Usual Suspects. And what are the usual suspects? Well, these are the beers that I like to return to time and time again. They may not necessarily be the highest rated beers that I review on this channel, but they are the beers that I regularly drink. Say for example, if I'm going to a braai and I want to take a few beers along, these are typically the ones that I choose. So the first beer in the Usual Suspects series is a beer from Woodstock Brewery. It's an English pale ale and it's the Woodstock Rhythm Stick. This is a beer that I drink fairly regularly. Often if I'm going to have a braai and I want to get a few sessionable beers, this is one that I frequently choose. Having a look at the label here, the Rhythm Stick has a pronounced crisp bitterness with a clean medium-bodied mouthfeel, characterized by biscuit flavors with a hint of passion fruit. The EPA is a perfect session ale and inspires the call for another. So certainly from the description, it has many of the characteristics that I'm looking for in a sessionable beer. And also I'm a big fan of the English pale ale style. English pale ales and bitters and things like that were some of the first beers that introduced me to the world of ales and other types of beer besides what I grew up with here in South Africa, which is typically, your castle lagers and things like that. So let's go right ahead and open this bottle and pour the beer into a glass. I should have mentioned this beer is a 5% ABV, so pretty sessionable. English style beer, so using the old-fashioned Nonic English pint glass. So it's a golden colour, pretty clear, about a 2-finger white head, a few big bubbles in it, fair amount of carbonation going up in the glass. Let's take in the aroma, give it a bit of a swirl. Quite a malty aroma. Bit of caramel malt, which is quite typical of an English pale ale. Definitely pick up that biscuity note, maybe a bit of toast even. Also quite nutty. I like that combination of malty aromas. You can just pick up that passion fruit note that I mentioned on the bottle. All in all, a very nice aroma, so let's go ahead and taste. Pretty malty in the flavour as well. It's got a really nice crisp bitterness to it. I don't know what the IBU count is on this beer. I don't think it says so on the bottle. But yeah, it's not too bitter. It's a fairly restrained bitterness, quite understated, but adds a nice little bit of a crispness to it. And the malt flavour is balanced nicely with it. It's not too sweet, but it's just got that nice little bit of caramel and that biscuity note to it. And a bit of hoppiness to it, an earthy, slightly fruity flavour to it. Again, quite typical of English bitters, English pale ales, and very nice, easy drinking beer. Exactly what you're looking for, I think, in a session ale. And the English stylings of it is something that I particularly enjoy. As I said, Woodstock Brewery is certainly one of my favourite local breweries here in Cape Town. They make some really good beers. You tend to hear a lot about ones like Californicator, one or two others. Rhythm Stick is one that I don't hear being talked about as much, but I really like it. Certainly a solid all-round session ale. And in terms of rating this beer, I like it all round in all elements. I give it a 3.8 out of 5. It's a really good solid session ale and perfect, I think, for an occasion such as a braai where you want to have a few beers but don't want to have anything that's overly heavy. I think this is a really solid choice. I'm going to pour some more into my glass here. So this beer, one that I return to very often, and that's why it's one of the usual suspects. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like button and also subscribe to the channel. Please do share this video on social media, Facebook, Twitter, you can come follow me there. Also ratebeer.com and Untapped. And I hope you'll join me for another beer review soon. This was the Woodstock Rhythm Stick, and until next time, cheers!